everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a Filbert brush design on this glass bottle, and I'm using a number 16 and a number 8. When I do a design though, if you have Filbert brushes, you don't have to have the brand I'm using, but I do use Amagic paintbrushes a lot. Just for one thing, they're affordable and you get a lot of sizes when you order from down below for them that you're welcome to purchase through. Alright, I'm going to be using number 14 flat brush, my Wistonia fine liner, and a dotting stylus. Paints I'm using today are aqua, cerulean blue, warm white. Gonna throw in some bumblebee, lime green, and thicket. All of the paints I use are always FolkArt paints. They're a combination of the multi-surface and the enamels. Alright, this is the bottle I've been using recently for my videos. I have cleaned it off from the previous design, went over it with rubbing alcohol, and it's ready to go. Very important that you clean your glassware or glass, whatever it is you're painting on, well, so that it actually has a better chance of adhering to the glass. Alright, so to begin, I'm just going to be sticking my brush into the aqua, and this is the number 16 Filbert, and then tapping it into the cerulean blue. I'm going to go here, hopefully you can see, push down, and I'm going to pull and pull up like that. So basically I'm pushing down and pulling and raising up my brush and turning it as I get to the tip, or the end here I should say. And then I'm going to come over here. I want to do 3 and I know I say this all the time, but if you're new to my channel, know that I am focused on creating simple designs for newbies to be able to paint. So if you think my designs are simplistic, well, they are, and that's on purpose. Again, pushing down and pulling towards the center, and I'm going to leave a little bit of a space in between. The more opaque you make your design, the more durable it's going to be, so that you understand that a lot of people will make comments about, this is hand painted, so you do have to be careful. It's not like doing ceramics where it's actually baked onto that degree, because ceramics, they do bake very hot, and I do bake mine, but it's just not the same thing. Alright, so we're going to go with another one here, because I'm trying to put in some petals at the end and have some little blooms at the bottom. I do all my samples on paper before I paint them on glass, and of course my paper has more space. If you feel like your design, I picked up some yellow there along the way. If you feel like your design is not opaque enough, you can hit it with a heat gun to try to dry it faster. Or if you choose to give it some dry time, maybe you don't have a hair dryer or a heat gun, that's fine. You don't have to. Just know that you can give it about an hour's time, I would say, and then it should be good to go. Alright. So the next thing I'm going to do is go to the smaller, which is the 8, and it's the Filbert brush still. I'm going to tap into my white, maybe tap a little bit into the blue. You can do it either way. And I'm going to come up here into these and then just pull it down and keep going. you can rotate. These don't all have to be on the same side. Like you could make one on the opposite side. Up to you. So I'm going to do these around this. Very, very simple. Pull it towards the center. And I am a lefty if you haven't noticed. So for some reason my hand's in the way, I apologize, but that happens to lefties a lot. And see, this is pulling up some, so you just have to be careful. If you do run into that, just lightly tap on it. It's one thing, painting on glass is definitely a different beast than painting on paper or wood. You just have to learn how to do it. And for some reason this one's wanting to come up a lot. Even if you give it some dry time, it still could happen. I know you might be thinking that. It still could happen. That doesn't get you completely out of that risk. Alright, let's go over here and finish this one. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to place those down below. And I appreciate you sticking with me on this. Yeah, this design's really giving me fits today for some reason. I guess that's kind of good, huh? Alright, so on this one, I'm just going to go ahead and do it the same way. Again, you don't have to. You can rotate them or make them the opposite directions. That's up to you. Alright, so putting that aside, I am going to, on this one, go ahead and pick up my dotting stylus, because I did this on my design after I painted the green, and I think it'll actually work better if I do it beforehand. And you can put it down further. I'm just kind of leaving it on the actual blue part on purpose. Just little dots. Try not to put my arm in what I've already painted down here. Okay, make sure you can see it. I apologize if I float off the camera area. It's just by adding these. If you don't like dots, then feel free to leave this part out. But to me, this just gives it just a little bit more, I don't know, more interest. Alright, so what I'm going to do for the center, just very simple. Take the end of a brush, it doesn't matter which brush, and I'm just going to do a dot, tap in a dot in the center of each one. Keeping it simple. And if you want to do a different style, feel free to do that. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is pick up my fine liner, stick it into my greens. Go like that. If you want to add some yellow, you can even do that. What I'm going to do is just come up around here. Put in my little stems. And you can come up here too and add some green into the top. And it can be more than one little piece too. It doesn't have to just be one. Come up here, do the same thing. And I try to make these as thick as I can, even though they're thin lines, just so that they have some durability too, because we definitely want them to not come off easy. When you're doing a bottle like that's just going to be really used as decoration, it's not as important as if you were doing like a wine glass or beer glass, you know, that type of thing. But you still want it to last. You know, you don't want it to come off and have somebody upset, because, especially if you're selling them. If you're gifting them and you're not selling them, then it's not as big of a deal. But if you're selling them, it could be. Alright, so we're just going to come down here and continue on with our stem. Again, trying to make it as thick as I can with not making it too thick. It's one reason I like to use this brush, and I'm just going to pull it down through here. It's a little bit different than what I did on my design, my initial design. But this way, okay, this one's kind of hooking in here, and I'm going to have this one come like that. And then I'm going to flip it. And there's a little ridge here, that's why you see that. I come up here, work on getting these all hooked in. Pretty fun. That's why I like, you know, just take your time, put on some good music. Or, you know, if you like yoga, meditation kind of stuff, put on some yoga music, something relaxing. And then just, you know, be relaxed and have fun. That's the main thing, have fun. I don't want people thinking that this is difficult or not taking some time to relax and take care of themselves. We all get stressed out, no doubt. Alright, so that part's done. And then, well, actually no, it's not. You know me, I have to come in here, if you follow my videos, I have to come in there and put my little pieces in that help me add some more greenery. It's just how I roll. Alright. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my brush, and this is the flat brush, the number 14, one side into the thicket, one side into the lime green. Again, I can stick in some yellow if I want, or some white, whatever I want, just to add a little bit more color to it, interest, up to me, you know, however I want to do it, or up to you. And on this, I'm just going to do my little strokes where I'm on the chisel edge and I pull. As I'm going to keep adding paint. On these, you can make them as thick as you want or as thin as you want. There's no wrong or right way. This one's coming in here now. I am pulling in from, you know, through this actual petal on the flower. And I'm not real picky. You know, you have to, when you get a feel for this and you start painting, you're going to come up with your own style, and whatever that is, it's fine. And you just use your creative juice and do what feels right, what resonates with you. Doesn't have to be what resonates with me or somebody else. I just don't believe in that. But again, just so much fun, so easy. I'm just not making it hard because I want you to try it. I really do. I want you to feel free and, you know, try it. Don't be afraid. Remember, if you're doing it on glass, guess what? Glass wipes off real easy if you don't like it. And that's one thing I think I've liked about working on glass so much, is that it is a surface that, you know, hey, if I'm not feeling it, I can save it till tomorrow, wipe off the glass, and start again. And I've had that happen too. I've painted many thousands of pieces of glassware, and I have had times where I've just had to, I can't paint this to save my life. I'm going to have to stop for now. Yep. Alright, so then we're going to come in here, same brush. I just kind of wiped it off a little bit, and I do have a lot of blue in there, I don't know why. Anyhow, going ahead and just putting it into the lime green. Now I'm a little full here as far as the designs go, so don't have a lot of free space. But I'm just going to come in here and then maybe even pull one out this way. If you find that this is too thin, too transparent, you can go over it again or add some other paint to it. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not too concerned about that since I'm not actually selling this piece. I'm just showing you a design. But whenever you're having an issue with it not being thick enough, one color that's really good to add is white. For whatever reason, it has a lot of pigment to it, and it tends to help with that. Alright, so I'm just going to look at this and just figure out places to stick these leaves, just to kind of fill it in. If you don't want this many leaves on yours, then don't do it. This is just, I'm a leaf person. So, do what makes you feel comfortable. Alright, so now I'm going to go back to my fine liner. And this is the final step, so thanks so much for sticking with me if you're still here. And I'm just going to come over here, do that. Just come, and I like to always add some little extras here and there. I don't know, just give it a little bit of a looser feel. Okay, and as you can see, just very simple as I promised. Like I said, anything that I do in my painting, if you don't like it, but you like the design, just leave that part out. You don't have to do or put everything into your design that I'm doing. Like I said, I know that I get crazy with leaves. I know that. However, with that being said, that's what I like. But if you're someone who thinks it's too much, then don't do as much. If you don't like these little pieces I throw in here, leave them off. All right, I think we're done. All right, here you go. I hope you like this video. If you do, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. And prior to leaving, if you would, take a moment to share this video on your social network with your family and friends. I would greatly appreciate it. There is a share button underneath the video. Just hit that button and it'll give you the options of where you can share it and you'll be good to go. All right, until the next time, thanks again, and you stay safe and healthy, and you have a good one.